Hi, I'm Mick Alexander. I wanted to discuss this concept of mood management and why it is important when it comes to a crisis or recovery or any other type of stressful challenge one might face in their lives, such as I recently am having with my breast cancer recovery. I recently was diagnosed with breast cancer, and I am using mood management in combination with Tai Chi, which is part of the mood management process, to get myself through this journey and to project a positive public image while going through something that really can be quite frightening. Mood management has been something that I've been teaching over the last 3 or 4 years, and little did I know I would have an opportunity to put it to practical use in a very big way. One example that I will give you is my experience today walking into what I thought was going to be a consultation with a doctor and ended up being an actual mock session of what is going to be my first radiation treatment on this coming Monday. So I was prepared to speak to a doctor, but instead I was met with a young technician who gave me a gown and said, go into this room and change. And so because I was not expecting to have any type of medical treatment, I questioned this and was met with a great deal of resistance from her, or let me just say a lack of empathy. This lack of empathy caused my mood level to really drop. Not only was I shocked to find that now I'm going to have another medical treatment, I'm going to have to undress, and this thing of undressing has been sort of a ritual with this disease. Undressing in front of people and seeing my scars and looking at my own self-image, if you will, has been a challenge throughout this, which I'm sure is part of the process of this type of disease. That said, this young lady did not seem to empathize at all with me as a patient. And this sometimes happens with a lot of professionals because they're going through their daily practice. They have their mind on what it is they need to accomplish by the end of the day. They have someone they have to answer to. And before you know it, you become desensitized to the actual person that you're dealing with. So she's dealing with mood management and really not doing it very effectively. And I'm dealing with mood management as I try to manage my emotions, if you will, my energy and motion. So quite frankly, once I did get on the table, I began to cry. And this is something that is very uncomfortable for me because I'm not typically a person who cries a lot. I'm typically in the green zone and having a good time. But I did begin to sob because I suddenly felt emotions of loneliness, fear, anxiety, and even questioning my own mortality as this huge machine was circling my body. And I'm talking a machine that's half the size of the entire room that I'm in. So it was quite an emotional feat, if you will. But what I had to do to get myself through this moment in which I really needed to cooperate with these technicians so that I could move through this process as swiftly as possible, I began to do my Tai Chi breathing, which is a deep breath through my belly. I began to tell myself that this is not the truth and it is reality, but it is not who I am. This cancer is not who I am. It is not my destiny. It is not a death sentence. And in reminding myself constantly the truth as I see it, or the reality of my situation, it helps me to manage the energy surrounding some of these lower level moods, which could be panic or depression or fear, etc. So I kept telling myself that this is not the truth and that it is temporary and that it will be ending momentarily. And I did get through it. The second step was to really express how I was feeling. So once I gathered myself, I was able to go to my consultation, which actually did take place after this, and I was able to express to the nurse who was with me my experience. And once I did that, I automatically felt myself rising from the red zone to the yellow zone to the green zone, which is a place where I strive to be most of the time. So this is just an example of how to use mood management to get through the process and why mood management is so important. Because if you aren't able to manage those moods, you can find yourself stuck in them. And once you become stuck, it is very difficult to become unstuck. So keep going, keep growing, and we'll talk to you next time.